Huh?
I should have told you I'm going live.
I figured.
But people deserve what they get. So you now have another shooting with a long rifle, with a carbine, whatever. And so Congress is now going to push through an assault weapons ban. It's going to the House. The House is going to pass it. They always do. Then it's going to go to the Senate, and there's going to be a couple of rhinos. They're going to be the rhinos. Morning. I think it's actually afternoon here. What time is it? It's pretty late.
12:30 here.
Yeah, 12:30. I don't know what you mean though. Morning. So supposedly they're writing up the assault weapons ban. You know, all these big YouTubers, after they called a guy a hero all day yesterday, spent that time being fucking stupid and no common sense. The best video I've seen was by Copper Jacket TV. Go watch that one. There's no common sense. This hero, I'm like, the dude just didn't want to die. If everybody that didn't want to anyway, so they're writing up this assault weapons ban now, and fucking let them ban everything. Ban it all. There's a couple of reasons why I don't. Can I tissue? There's a few reasons why I don't care, all of which we're not going to go into. The biggest one is that, how do I say this? Most people have seen the bullshit coming for a long time, so they got what they need. Number two, you get what you fucking deserve. If you not you motherfuckers, not you people, but if you people are going to sit around and let 500 or 600 or 700 or even 1 million people rule over the entire country, go ahead. You're going to get plenty. The only thing that's going to come out of it is people are going to do what they're told to do. And when they ban the shit, they're going to say, okay, well, they might grandfather in all these other, all the rifles that are there. But there's a high likelihood that they're going to not do it. And the reason being is because some of these rifles that have been being used weren't bought the day of or 3 days before. So the only way to get rid of that is just to ban them all. And if they do, the people are going to bitch, they're going to moan, they're going to make YouTube videos, but they're not going to stop saying that, you know what, we just don't care. At what point does everybody get together? I've been saying for years, we need to have a big YouTube fan appreciation day for one of these large channels. Everybody bring all your shit. It's going to be Raise Day or something. Bring everything you fucking have. Kiss your kids, hug your wives, and make a day of it. And figure it out then. But just to continue to let these fucking assholes roll over the country for no other reason than the excuse is everybody's afraid to go first. You don't have to be the one to go first. YouTube Fan Appreciation Day. There's nothing illegal about that. There's nothing. I mean, they do it every year. These fucking large ass YouTubers, you know, these pro Second Amendment constitutionalist patriot, dick sucking fucking blue line lickers. Every year, put on machine gun shoots. Hundreds of people show up, fucking machine guns everywhere. Nothing illegal about that. No ATFA. I said a button. Oh, more calling.
I didn't understand what you said.
Cancel.
Cancel, bitch. Scary shit. You hit a button and it starts talking to you.
Where are you going?
I remember when you hit it to your sisters.
Oh, I thought you had to get.
I do. We have to get your sisters first. He wasn't spoken to.
Huh?
He wasn't spoken to.
Boy, shut up. I'm gonna kick your ass.
But anyway, you get what you deserve. And I hope they ban fucking everything. Ban all of it. Because short of that, if that doesn't get you fucking people up out of your fucking couches and eating your, you know, throwing the Cheetos down and wiping the fucking Cheetos off your face and throwing the Pepsis in the garbage can, or whatever it is that you do as you watch YouTube videos and bitch and complain and moan about what's happening, nothing will. And at that point, I can quit, you know, caring and having at least a little bit of hope that there is a little bit of testosterone left in the world. Now, granted, some of us, including me, have to supplement that testosterone because we're fucking old, but we still have balls, more balls than all. You know, it's just I don't even know what to say about it anymore. Ban fucking all of it, because if you know they may will happen, it'll be a compromise. That's what's going to wind up happening. It's going to be a compromise. They're going to compromise your rights away that they don't have to compromise away, and you're going to do as they say. I mean, look what happened with the trucker protest. Them motherfuckers were such pussies. They wouldn't even park their shit in D.C. No, they drove around in circles for a couple of days, asking everybody to send them money so they could drive around in circles and do fucking nothing. And they were called patriots by a large portion of the country. Look at these patriots. Like, patriotism is dead. Heroism is dead. The shit just doesn't exist anymore. Now, I'm sure it does.
Would you say the guy that shot the dude inside the mall was a hero?
No, he wasn't a fucking hero. I made a video about it yesterday. You didn't see it? I made a video about that yesterday. No, he's not a hero. He's a dude who did not want to fucking die, so he killed the dude.
Right.
Hey, I'm going to kill him or he's going to kill me. And a byproduct of that is all these other motherfuckers get to live.
All them other people.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't save all those other people.
Was trying to
he
say.
Saved himself. He saved himself. But people can't think like that because we're not told to think like that. We're not told to break it down that far.
But he disobeyed the law and brought a gun.
Fuck the law.
Listen,
if you don't carry a gun everywhere you go today, you are a fucking moron. I don't care what the sign says. I don't care what the law says. I don't care what the fucking ATF says. I don't care what the 4473 says. I don't care what your mama says. I don't care what your fucking old lady says. I just don't care. You're a fucking idiot. Because the worst criminals out there are cocksuckers wearing fucking badges. They will kill you faster than anybody. They will call it justified and say it was under the law, and nothing will ever happen. So what do you do when you live in a society like that? Well, it comes to the point where you just have to like, well, you know what? I'm at least going to fucking go out trying.
But you see, they're not even talking about it.
No, nobody would ever talk that way. You got to support you got to support these fucking police.
No, I'm just saying, look, there's no one talking about it because it wasn't a police officer that saved everybody, right? And
no, well, yeah, they're talking about it. They're now the thing is that he shouldn't have had a gun.
Of course. He
should be charged for not having to go ahead and pull out there, buddy.
Right,
I don't give a fuck on somebody else's car. I hit your ass, dummy. Attention! Yeah. And now, you know, the people who are bitching because the sign with a little circle on the line through it with a Beretta, which I don't know many people that fucking have piece of shit Berettas anymore. There's so much better guns. Everybody normally carries a Glock if they got any common sense. You know, the little sign with Beretta in it. Well, it just means no Berettas. It doesn't mean no fucking ARs, no Glocks, none of that shit. So people, look at this one. So people, you know, tend to walk past those signs, you know. Like, murder is illegal. Murder's illegal. That should cover all the bases for any way to murder anybody. You shouldn't need any other laws, one would think. But it's about feeling good. It's about calling somebody a hero. It's the same fucking logic. It's the same mindset. It's the same stupidity. It's the same inability to think that causes people to think like that. It's just like the DUI laws and the gun laws. Well, it's not because you fucking ran into somebody or you killed somebody or ran somebody off the road. No, it's because you blew a .10. Do you know how many times I could have blew a .10? You know how many times I probably could have blew a .20 in my life driving? Fucking hundreds. You know how many people I killed? None. Do you know why? Because I practiced. The first thing everybody says when they get caught drinking and driving and when they kill somebody especially is, oh my God, it was the first time I ever did it. Well, no shit, bitch. That's why you did it. You can't just drink a six-pack and jump behind the fucking wheel. You got to work your way up to that shit like anything else. But people can't think like that. And don't say that's not true. My old man drove, as long as I've been alive, every fucking day, he would pick up a six-pack and he would drink it before he got home. 20 minutes away, my dad can chug some beer. He don't do it so much anymore.
No.
But he used to. He never hurt nobody. He never even got so much as a fucking speeding ticket. Like I said, when I used to drive drunk, I drive way better drunk than I do sober, and Christy can attest to this. When I'm sober, dude, I drive like I'm in a race.
Yeah.
And I want to get away from all the idiots is what it is. I'm trying to drive as fast as I can to get away from the idiots now.
But when you've been drinking, you're like very focused and very...
Yes, turn signals. It's like right now I'm sitting in turn lane. I wouldn't even have my foot on the brakes for what cars in front of me, but I ain't even got my turn signal on. If I was drinking, I'd have my turn signal on. And it's not so much because of the cops. It's just because I don't want it to get hit and then, you know, fucking have to deal with cops when the world's getting down to. But it's stupid. It's about what could happen. And that's the same fucking reason they're going to make an assault weapons ban. It's because of what could happen. It's not about what has happened, because if they was concerned about what has happened, they would fucking repeal all gun laws, repeal the NFA. They'd be letting people fucking have RPKs and shit without a license. Nope. No. You must get licensed to have this shit. You can't carry here. You can't protect yourself here. You can't, you know, it's nonsense. But we let it happen. And I say we, and I'm included in we. By all means, I'm included in we.
Jessica says, my man got a DUI, agrees he should have been stopped, but the cops robbed him.
Why should he have been stopped? Because he's been trained to think that he should have been stopped. If he didn't hurt nobody, where's the problem? Who gives a fuck? Like, I'm not being funny when I say this. I remember one time at a party when I was in high school where I was carried to my truck and put in the driver's seat to drive everybody home. And I'm not saying like as a proud thing, but I mean, I'm being dead serious when I say I practice fucking a lot. And like, you can get used to drinking and driving like you can get used to anything else. Now, do I advocate for anybody drinking and driving? No, I don't. I think it's irresponsible, stupid. I think you're putting other people's lives at risk. Yeah, I think all that shit. But I definitely don't think your life should be ruined. You should go to jail or anything like that because you blew a .10, but you didn't fucking hit nobody or ruin anybody's shit.
Hear about the farmers protesting in the Netherlands?
Yeah, I heard about the Dutch farmers getting shot at by the cops and doing nothing back. Listen, I don't give a fuck who you are. You shoot at me, you better hope that you kill me.
He's hit a car, and that's why they stopped him, but he didn't kill anyone.
Oh, well, yeah. He should have probably been stopped then. He fucked somebody's shit up.
But the cops shouldn't exist anyway, so that's a whole other thing.
Right. Well,
just
the community
like,
can deal with
people,
that.
Right. All these people that go around and like audit the cops, they still believe like, oh, this person was driving drunk. They should still be charged because they disobeyed the law. But still, like, how can they?
Okay, I'm sorry. I was thinking so much. No, so we just watched a video. There's a gun store in Tennessee. It's called Hot Metal Firearms. I don't know. Somehow this came across my feed the other day, and again it came across my feed today with another one of his videos. His gun store was robbed the other night, and he's praising these fucking 2 ATF agents. Like, what? Like, if he could suck their dick on video without actually sucking their dick on it, that's what he was doing. Yeah. He was fucking going through them at the camera like,
and even telling them like, oh, if you're watching this, oh my God, you guys did so great.
So these dudes are great ATF agents, but because you didn't secure your fucking building. You know, like, I'm sorry. If I'm an FFL and I got 100 guns or 200 guns, or if I'm some of my subs that got fucking safes and safes and safes of guns, I'm not leaving them over there in a building. Like, that shit's going to be in my bedroom. Close by. And I'm not going to praise you because I fucked up. Well, I fucked up. Thank you for fixing my fuck up. No, that's not how it works. That's where the lack of accountability and responsibility comes in. It looks like I'm going to get rained on fixing this car. But anyway.
It does? Yeah. Looks pretty blue and white outside. Huh?
I don't know which way we're facing. I think West is that away. That away. I don't know. But hopefully
she doesn't think he should have got... I do agree. She agrees with you. He shouldn't have gone to jail.
Yeah, like, it's bullshit. It's completely bullshit. Like, all of our laws
like
now
the cops used to stop you and follow you home to make sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that that's okay.
Even in my lifetime.
Like, okay, well, at least do that. Don't
even in my lifetime as a juvenile, I used to get pulled over my El Camino drunk. And I would have him call my dad. Every time. I'd be like, I ain't talking to you. Call my old man. And my dad would come get me. I got pulled over in Monterey Market before. You know, my dad come got me.
Monterey Market?
Yeah.
Jeez, old beans.
I'm like, I ain't fucking with you. Call my old man. But you can't do that shit no more. Now they'd fucking bust your window out and shoot you and say that you were resisting. And
KJB Saint for Life said, when I got my DUI, the cops parked my truck, left, and my gun and weed, then left my gun and weed in there, and even put my skateboard in the cab.
Right, but there's still a problem with it though, man. Like, why arrest you when you didn't hurt nobody?
I don't think he said he got arrested. They parked his truck and left.
He got a DUI.
Left everything in there. When I got my DUI, right, he did.
Even if he just got a ticket, that's an arrest.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But anyway, so all you people that support that kind of stupid shit, those pre-crime laws, and that's what it is. It's fucking pre-crime. There's no victim. Show me a victim in a DUI where nobody's shit's been hit.
But they could have been.
Right, and that's where we're at now. They're going to ban your shit because of the very shit that you support based on the principles you've been led to fucking follow or have. And then the whole time we're all just going to bitch and complain and moan about it. And like I said, it doesn't affect me. I could really give a fuck less.
He got pulled over because his license plate was out. He didn't get arrested.
License plate light? Oh my God. We can't see your license plate. Why do you need to fucking me to have a license plate light when you got two big bright motherfuckers on the front of your car calling headlights? And not to mention all the scanners and other shit they got now. It's just a reason.
They left the car. Oh, they're so nice.
Man, I really don't feel like crawling on that thing today.
Sorry, I'll help you.
What'd you just do it?
Because I can.
Yeah, you can. You choose not to.
No, I don't know how.
Got YouTube, woman.
Shut up.
Ain't nothing you don't know how to do.
I got you. Why do I need to watch YouTube? You can tell me. But I've never done it before. So, like I said, I'll help you.
Okay.
Like scalpel?
Scalpel?
Scalpel. I need to.
The only one time I didn't bring tools, man.
And you know what's so fucked up? And I was like, I even said to
I
myself, like,
man,
he's gonna leave without no tools. He don't ever do that. Remember, I've been asked you. I'm like, so you sure that the car's gonna make the trip? We're not gonna have no problems. Remember me saying that? The car's gonna make the trip, no problems, right? We don't need no tools. We don't need nothing. Because I was like, man, he didn't put nothing in the trunk.
What are you gonna do? I was trying to save gas money. All that extra weight, fucking 150 pounds of tools in the trunk.
Bet you'll never leave them again.
Motherfucker, yeah, damn right I won't.
Should have done it in the first place. I knew. Like I said, I'm so mad at myself for not saying, you know what? You better grab your toolbox.
I'm mad at you too. This is your fault. You're right.
It's all my fault. It's always
it is your fault. Damn right it is.
I already know.
You gotta mold them, guys. If you get them young enough, you can mold them.
I'm older than you, fucker.
And they'll learn. Well, I know, but you were still my youngish. And then if you can't mold them, you gotta...
No sound. What happened?
I don't know.
It's back.
Kirsty's got sound. She's right there. I mean, I really don't have shit to say anyway. I'm probably funner just to watch than to listen to. I mean, I talk like a low IQ'd monkey. Low IQ'd monkey. Hey, I was lurking today over on Guns Coast to Coast channel. Not really. For some reason, his shit came up my feed today, which means that one of you motherfuckers are watching his videos, which I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying. That's how that shit happens. And we're all tied together, like me, T Black, Travis, Matt. All of us are tied together because of everything, because of our
They
text,
know they watch Guns.
our text and shit like that. And like remember T Black when we figured this out when we had the chat group. Like I would watch a video and then somebody else would tell me about it later on, and somebody else would tell us about it the next day or something, and we all had seen that video. So anyway, it pops up. The moral of the video is that they're trying to normalize fatness and make people like guys like fat people, which isn't what they're trying to do. They're trying to make fat people special and market shit to them so they feel like they can wear these things or do these things or act this way, so they will spend money. It has nothing to do with me changing my likeness or what I like.
William says because you are 6'9".
Huh?
Because you are 6'9".
What?
Liberty said that.
Well, what does that mean? 6'9" like a motherfucking snitch? What are we talking about? Tall?
I don't know.
Hey, I told my mom I was going to hook her up with you at Liberty.
He's got a woman.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
Well, if you ever leave,
he's not going to hook up with your old ass mom. Get the fuck out of here. She doesn't even have her mind. The fuck is wrong with you?
She bumped her head a little bit.
Shut up. Quit trying to hook your mom up with people. You're dumb.
My motherfucking mom.
She's got enough problems herself over there, okay? She don't need no more.
Hey, I wish if I'd have knew what I knew now, I'd have pushed my mom down the stairs. You know what?
That's why I said, hey, TLR, that's why I said something about the height to Nick, because I thought it had something to do with the joke about Liberty Williams being 6'9".
Oh, I forgot.
That's why I was like...
Oh, I don't know. I forgot. I'm like, dude, I say so much dumb shit, I forget half the shit I say. You gotta kind of forgive me sometimes. So what are you shaking your motherfucking head yes for? Like, you just need to get out of the car.
Was I not over
Why
here
are you
doing this?
still in the
Why is I
car?
not over here doing this?
Yes.
Telling you like height.
Yes. I thought you were saying you had a big head.
No.
I was like, I already know that. Show everybody your squareness.
No. Stop.
Show
Talk
your
about
square
square.
head.
Look at your head.
My head is round.
It's definitely not round.
I don't have a blockhead.
You got something round on it.
I know. I know, right? I wish my wife would be a wife and cut it out of my face. Back in the day, that's what would have happened. The wife would have done something about it. But no, I gotta have Travis do it. This time we're doing it the first day he's down here.
Yeah, right.
You don't think I'm going to?
T-Block was asking what happened to the car.
Oh, nothing real, nothing big.
You don't remember that you were talking about him being 6'9" and all that stuff?
Yeah, I do. But I mean, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I do remember, like I said, something about him being 6'9". He is like 6'9". Motherfucker's huge. I mean, you look at him, and I'm like looking up. I'm 6 foot, and I'm looking up at him. Well, I'm standing 5 feet away, so he's got to be at least 6'9". I mean, he used to play college ball and shit. So
KJB says you got a square ass head. I bet if you take that hat off, it looks like a block of cheese. I'm
No,
just kidding, bud. Don't cry.
No. See where I'm going bald though? My wife says I'm not, but I can see it.
Your hair AF is on the way.
Huh?
Hair AF is on the way. Do you know
Oh,
you take
my
that on
wife-
your tongue and hold it for 20 seconds and then swallow it? It doesn't go in your head.
My wife my wife has been on my ass about my hair for some reason. She's like, you don't ever have to shave your head again. I'm like, I really don't give a fuck. I'm getting old.
Well, it bothered you at first.
It did. At first, it did bother me. I will admit that. That's
So
why
I found
shaved my
something
head.
that actually works.
That's why we murdered my head out in prison. It was fun. It was cool. It wasn't cool. It was fucked up because there was blood everywhere. But it was funny. But anyway, but it doesn't bother me anymore. Like, it's actually refreshing. I wish I had time to shave. If I had the time, I would not have all this. But my hair AF is on the way. It's supposed to grow your hair back. We're going to see.
Rogaine.
No, it's not Rogaine. It's called a
Embrace the
hair
baldness
AF.
stuff.
So Christy allegedly watched some dude go through this. You know, I don't know how you do it.
He's not sponsored or nothing. Yeah, I just
Not
that's where I
sponsored
saw
or nothing.
him.
She's seen him on YouTube from and she watches him, so she's seen the progression over how long?
A couple months, and then he said what it was. He's like, I can't believe it. Like he was very
Yeah.
he is gay, so he was very concerned
Imagine
about
that.
his hair. Very concerned
I'm
about
not
his
gay,
hair.
so I don't give a
I
fuck
understand
about
that. But he was very concerned about it, and it bothered him. It bothered him a lot, and he like
How come gay dudes like hair, but women like bald dudes?
well, I don't.
Don't say you don't like
can't
bald
say,
dudes.
You can't say women like bald dudes because that's like stereotyping, right? So all women
like
don't
bald
like bald
dudes.
dudes. I like bald dudes. I like your bald head, but I don't like bald dudes.
Okay, well, whatever. However you want to say it. However you want to fucking word it to make it sound good to you.
Does that sound good to
next
you?
you're gonna be
That I
calling
like
me,
bald
Am
dudes?
I a hero because I feed you?
Do I like bald? Does that sound good to you?
Can we start
My
calling-
wife likes bald dudes.
Hold
Fucking
on.
weirdo.
Whatever. And can I start being a hero because I feed you? Because if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't survive. Therefore, I'm a hero, right? Right?
What? I didn't hear what you said. What?
Just agree.
Sure.
There you go. Ban all the fucking guns. All of them. I want to see it happen. And then you want to know what's going to happen? Nothing. At all. You bitches ain't going to do shit. There's going to be motherfuckers that are just don't care.
There's hair regrow drugs mess up your testosterone.
Oh, that's cool. I'll just take more.
I'll read the label with Think Dirty.
I'm sure it does. But like, man, my body's so fucked up anyway. I've put so many chemicals in my body in my lifetime. I'm surprised I'm still alive, in all honesty. Like, there's no way
But
that I
think
got...
about it, like when you're
there's-
losing it, that's when you start losing your hair and stuff.
Right.
When you don't have all
right,
that.
but there's like no way I have more than 10 years left in life. Look at this shit.
What? Taking out the trash.
You don't even do that at my house.
Oh, he does so. He's the only one.
Yeah.
He's the only
Silent
one.
guy's a good boy. Yeah, but I mean, I've got to have less than 10 left, right? I'm 41, right? How old am I?
You think you only got less than 10 years left to live?
Yeah.
You're dumb.
Think all the chemicals I've put in my body over my lifetime. I mean, if the average guy lives to be 65, there's no way I'm making it to 55. That's dark, man. What's dark? Get one of those sweet hats. Yeah, you guys go get yourself a sweet hat. This hat is badass.
Billy says someone stole my wrench out of the back of Nick's truck. If you see it, let me know. Hey,
Who did?
Billy said that.
Oh.
Billy said,
Billy?
Billy, if you stop drinking and coming on here and being stupid, you
Listen,
would have a fucking wrench,
I
bud.
didn't have
Love
much
you,
to do.
but
I didn't.
This other side of
It
his
wasn't
face
me.
is starting to swell.
well, look at this. Well, actually, it was darker red. It started getting
I got
real big.
poison
I don't
oak
know what
on
it
me,
was.
or poison ivy or something.
So I wonder if something that touched him on him. It was redder than
Look,
this.
look at the other side of his face. It's
Let me
starting to
see.
swell up on the other side.
Do you have
Not as bad, but
Benadryl?
just-
Do you have Benadryl?
Oh, let me go look. I just put some of the afterbite
Did
on
you
his
get punched in
The
the face?
Benadryl will take it away
And
real
then I was
quick.
looking
But
like, now wait a minute.
Yeah,
you're
look at the
looking
side.
bad.
Yeah, I
can
You're
see
all
his whole
swelled
face
up
is
on
swelled
this
up.
side. Yeah.
Your whole face is swollen.
look at his
I
eyes.
see it.
Take your glasses off for a second.
Even this one's starting to look a little funky.
Look at
too.
this.
Yeah, don't touch it.
I just told him, wash your
Yeah.
hands. Don't touch it. I put some afterbite on it.
Give him some Benadryl.
Let
If
me
they,
just
see
what
if
I
you got any.
I
If you ain't
think
got
I
any, we'll
do.
run and get some.
I think I have Benadryl.
Thank you.
Don't say that, Freedom. You never know how long you might live.
Listen, I'm going to live
I'll
forever.
say another good 20.
I'm going to live forever. I'm just talking shit. Because I genuinely, and I know I've said this before, and I genuinely live my life for a lot of time.
Here, wipe your damn
like
face.
I was going to die tomorrow.
He's cussing you.
Huh? I got shit drained out my nose.
Yeah.
They like my boogies.
Gross.
Oh well, I don't care.
Deuce. Oh.
Come here, let me blow my nose on your shirt, Deuce.
I thought he was making a face because.
Here's my nephew, Deuce. Say what's up, Deuce.
What's up?
That's Deuce.
Deuce. My deucey name. My do-up.
You got it on your arm too.
Man, he's got all kinds of names.
No, that's...
If it's wet, not yours, don't touch it.
Yeah, but so I really live like that for a
So
long
all these
time.
guns supposed to be banned. I said the same thing, NG.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's supposedly their assault weapons ban. They're pushing it through the House this week. Like I said, I don't give a fuck. And here's the thing. Heroin, and I've said this before, so you think about this. Heroin has been banned since 1916. More people died last year from opiate overdoses, which is no longer heroin. They call it heroin, but it's fentanyl, whatever, different conversation. For the sake of this argument, it's heroin. More people died last year from opiate overdoses than ever before in any year prior. So what that means is that if you know how to get the shit, it doesn't matter what they do. It might cost you more. You might have to do some finagling. You might have to make a couple phone calls, but it's still going to be there if you want it.
And
So
it
at that
don't.
point, the decision has to be on you whether or not you're going to make the choice to live your fucking life and how far you're willing to go with that. Like, I don't suggest that anybody go out and break the law. I'm not advocating for breaking the law. I
There's
just
more
want you to
chemicals in our
live. There's a
food and
fucking
drink.
hole in the roof right there. A fucking hole.
Sure is.
That's not good.
Listen, their air conditioner hasn't worked for over a month, and she told, "Oh, it'll be here at the end of the week." It's been a month. Carl said she stopped calling because it's Dale's friend, and he asked her not to.
I heard
But she
it.
said she's done.
I already kicked on last night.
Oh yeah, it
Don't.
kicks on, but
It just don't blow cold air.
I don't think it's big enough either. She said when it's 90 degrees outside, her house is reading 76.
Right, which
Can't
well,
get
it's because they've had the same AC unit for the
Well, they've
original house
come
they
and
backed
tried
onto.
and done bullshit and sent people over. The family, they're not sending someone that knows what they're doing over. They're just trying to do quick little fixes, you know. And
Right. Well, there's a hole in the roof right there.
Yeah.
A 6x6 hole.
Where she
I'll
knows
fix
it.
everything. $100 an hour. $100 an hour. I'll bring all my tools up here and I'll make this place fucking
No.
brand new. And she got to pay me $2,000 up front. Look, there's no the siding's gone right there,
Where?
right here.
Yeah, I know. She's asking $186,000 for this. Can you fucking believe it?
If she would have done it 6 months ago, she'd have got it.
Well, she did do it 6 months ago, and it sat here. So
Yeah, but she ain't got a realtor either. She's not at like.
she thought they were gonna do it. They were gonna buy it. I was like, "You're out of your mind."
It's not his house. $886,000.
No, she said that if she came down significantly, excuse me, can't talk.
I mean, it's not in a really bad area. It's close to everything.
Yeah, well,
It
she
kind of
said,
sucks. It's on this road though.
but there's so much wrong with it. Yeah, I mean, the yard's nice as far as if you want to live
It needs
in
a
this.
new roof on it.
I mean, she is living on top of other motherfuckers.
It needs a new roof on it, but it needs a new roof on it.
There's
It
more
doesn't
than
just
that.
need shingles. It needs a new roof. Speaking of which,
I think the foundation's fucked and everything.
it is. But that's all that shit's fixable.
But that's what she's saying. If she come down a whole bunch,
We
she'd
could
be
literally
able to
we
get a
could
loan big
literally
enough to be able to
pour a
fix
whole,
it
we
stuff.
could
But
literally pour a whole new basement under this house if we wanted to. It'd be expensive. It'd be cheaper to buy a new house when we can do it.
not the food they poisoned the water hole and caused. It was on Toy Story.
Yeah.
No one even blinks.
Yeah, I seen that. Do you think that the food we eat and what's in that food affects us?
I do.
Like, so McDonald's, do you think that like does shit to our testosterone levels and shit like that?
Yeah. Like I said, read the back of a taco packet. The taco seasoning packet. Just one of the additives. Just look at one of the additives. What it tells you is wrong with what. I mean, it's like
So,
I don't see how it hasn't killed anyone yet. Do you know what I mean? But I think that's why it's causing. Yeah, we don't know.
Probably has, and we just don't
Everything. The dude said that the first time he ever scanned anything, he went to his bathroom and started, because he wasn't thinking food. He was thinking products. He started scanning, he threw out half his bathroom, he said.
Well, I gotta go. I got to go get this done. But anyway, don't be pressed about them banning shit. They want to ban it, fuck them. Let them ban it. If you can get what you need to get it. If you got a buddy that can get it for you and hang on to it until you can pay them, do some shit like that. If you got friends that have the shit, it don't really fucking matter anyway, because when the day comes and they got 20 rifles, they can only carry it once, and guess what they're going to be fucking doing with those other rifles? But that day is never going to come, because we're a nation of fucking pussies. We're 400 million fucking people. Let a very small portion of that rule over them. A portion that's so small it's insignificant. Think about that. There are so many people in this country. The amount of people who rule us, fucking rule over us, is insignificant. Like, they don't even mean anything is how small they are, that portion. Yeah, I'm seeing real people running to burning buildings because they heard kids still inside. That's some real shit right there.
Yeah,
now that would be a fucking hero. Fuck DSS. That would be a hero. If you are outside the building, really, I mean, yeah, like, so how bad was it burning? You know what I'm saying? Like, was the building fucking burning to the goddamn ground, or was there a little room fire in the kitchen? You're like, all that shit, but we've diminished the meaning of these words so much that people just use them regularly. Like, you were a patriot if you follow Trump. Think about how fucking stupid that is. Like, people don't even know what these words mean anymore. But we've become so used to just using these words however we want to use them. Then we bitch at these motherfuckers over here for changing the definition of words. Well, they changed the definition of liberal, what being a liberal is. Well, motherfucker, what do you think you did to patriot? Or hero? And the stupidity is amazing. Go to Copper Jacket TV's video about this Greenwood thing and read the comments. Read them. When I watched it, there was like 200 comments. I made it through 2 of them, and I said the same thing twice. I'm like, fucking, I'm not doing this. I bet you will not find anybody else on there that sees it for what it is. The dude thought he was going to die, and he's like, well, I got a gun on me. And now, what if he would have fucking hit somebody? And I'm not, that's not the role I'm playing here. I'm not thinking that, he shouldn't have never did, because he should have. But if he would have hit somebody, would they still be calling him a fucking hero today? No, they wouldn't be. So what really happened was, like I said, he's just a dude that didn't want to die. He killed the motherfucker that was shooting at him. Therefore, all these people got to live. That's called being a man. It's called being a human. And like I said, at this point, if you don't carry a gun on you every waking second of the fucking day, I don't care if you're in the shower. If you are in the shower, you better be able to get to a gun. If somebody can role play with your wife, have her come busting in the fucking bathroom randomly while you're in there on the shitter or something, and see how fast you can get to your pistol. And if you can't get to it faster than she can get to you, or at least get eyes on you, you need to put it closer. Water won't hurt a Glock. Put that fucking thing in the shower with you. Get out, shake it out. Hit it with fucking aerosol air. It'll be good to go. Well, you know what? Fuck, I'm sorry. DSS. My mouth was working faster than my brain. I don't necessarily agree with that. Using blue or orange guns for training all the time. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Just like I don't think that you should, they have that, what's it called, the Black Manus, that AR trainer that Jerry Michalik is now sponsored by. Like, there's a lot of problems with that. recoil management being the one. Like, yeah, you might be able to shoot that motherfucking simulator, you know, however fast, and get back on target however fast, but then when you add recoil into it, it changes the whole dynamic of it up. So really, you need to practice real guns, even in your own house, man. Even if you're fucking doing some shit like that, just be sure, be safe about it. Don't be pointing the gun at your wife. I didn't say you had to fucking put it to her head and, you know, and rack it and pull the trigger and dry fire it. And them guns are expensive, man. Like, you know, you can go buy a blue gun or you can go buy 1,000 rounds of 9mm. Probably not 1,000 rounds of 9mm anymore. Where are the blue guns? About $400 now. Hey, I was lurking on your channel too today, Guns Coast to Coast. Yeah, you know, after midnight, you know, so you know they kick in your door in the morning. Certain states have certain hours. I don't even know what Tennessee's is. I know in Ohio, I think it was like 5 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. See? The Glock 19 and no ammo. Now, how come you can comment on my channel, but I'm banned from commenting on your channel? That was awfully odd what you did. That was pretty fucked up. You're a fucked up individual. Just saying. Yeah, exactly. They do it at a time they call it midnight burglary or nighttime burglary or some shit. They do it because, you know, nowadays, so they used to do it at that time because most people were most likely to be asleep at that time. You're most likely to be foggy at that time, and they had a better chance of, you know, doing what they wanted to do without, you know, coming out unscathed. So they want to stack the odds in their favor as much as possible. Nowadays, I would bet they go as far as to dig into your phone and find out when you're not using your phone and shit to find out when you're sleeping. Because, like, I'm a random motherfucker. I might be up all night tonight, and I might sleep the next 2 nights. Then again, I might be up every night this week. So, you know, it'd be a roll of the dice coming to my place. But most people sleep at night. So, but it's gang mentality, man, and it's not going to stop as long as these fuckers continue to support these fucking blue line thugs. Why they're calling guys who stop somebody from killing them a hero? It's nonsensical, man. Like, the world is lost, the country's gone, freedom's a fucking illusion. It's been an illusion. Now they're stealing the illusion from us, and they're going to ban all your shit too while we're at it. You don't do these live streams? Sweet. Glad to know what you're doing. I'm about to go take a shit here in just a minute. I shit when my body says go take a shit. Yeah, there's always somebody awake in my house. Always. Mr. Liberty Williams is always doing well. He's a great dude. You coming out in September? You should. Well, I gotta go. I got shit to do. I got a car to fix. I got a car to drop off. Unfortunately, I gotta go buy some tools. Can't believe I did that. Oh man. Putting up squash. Hey, we just got another one off of one of our vines yesterday, one of our plants yesterday. Yeah, that's what it is. It's predictability. That's why they kick doors in when they kick doors in. You know what I mean? I mean, you can do a lot of things to stack the odds in your favor. I mean, hopefully that shit never happens to you. It's a fucking painful experience at best. Even, you know, like even in our case, I wasn't there when they kicked the door in. I was already actually I was down the interstate playing Simon Says, trying to get out of the car because I didn't want to get shot that day. But it's, you know, as long as we allow it to happen, it's going to happen. And that's why I say I don't give a fuck, ban everything. Ban it all, because nobody's going to do anything about it. And then after that, you're going to have a couple of different groups of people. You're going to have the people that fucking turn the shit in. You're going to have the people that, you know, that think you should turn your shit in, but they keep their shit. You're going to have the guys that bury their shit. You're going to have the guys that hide their shit in their safe and never take it out, never talk about it, never, you know, they get it out on Wednesday nights in the middle of the night while the wife's sleeping and play with it and oil it and make sure it's functioning properly because they never plan to use it. And then you're going to have a small group of people that just don't fucking care. They just legitimately do not care. Yeah, I think, well, I mean, here's the thing, though, is you're going to lose that fight, and you have to accept that. That's not a fight you can win. You might win it right now, today, this morning at your house. In 20 minutes, they're sending more. And even if you win that fight, in 20 minutes, they're sending more. And they're going to keep sending them. And as they're sending more, guess what your neighbors are doing? Not a fucking thing. Out there videoing, posting on YouTube and shit. So that's where they have the upper hand, is, you know, the force multiplier. They have a monopoly on force and violence. That's why they train how they do. That's why they all have radios how they do. That's why when you see videos of cops clearly doing the wrong thing, even if we eliminate all the rest of the bullshit, they are clearly doing some fucked up wrong shit. When another cop enters the picture, having not even knowing what happened prior to that, they immediately take the side of their fellow gang member. And until people get that mindset and start doing that shit, it's a wrap. Go back to living your little fucking red versus blue. I'm a proud tax-paying, paying my fair share citizen. We need to fucking support the whore next door that's got 37 kids by 27 different dads. That's got that's on Section 8. And, well, as a matter of fact, we need to buy her a new car as we're working on our old shit. Go back to living that life, because nothing's going to change. Like I said, a very small portion of the population, so small that it doesn't even matter. It's not even significant. If you put it on a map, it wouldn't even be a fucking pin dot. Rules over everybody else. And everybody else complies because they're told to. The same reason it's fallen in line. Just like calling people heroes that do them all. Because one person said it and it sounded good, then it just repeats. Because nobody else can think for themselves. If some shit happened like that to me, which they would never put me on the news. We've already played that game, and they didn't like what I said. But I would be the first person saying, like, I'm not a fucking hero. Like, when people say that, they normally legitimately mean it. Normally, it puts them in a mindset where they're like, wait, I didn't do anything spectacular. You know what I mean? Just like you said something about dude running the house to save kids. So, if he was a hero, am I a hero? Because I ran into a fire and put it out at like a fucking fire. The whole goddamn room was on fire. The whole back end of the room was on fire in a hotel. No, I'm not a fucking hero. I didn't want my fucking shit burned up in the other room. It had nothing to do with anybody else. I wasn't really thinking about anybody else at the time other than this fire needs to be put out. It wasn't that, like, I need to put this fire out because there's people upstairs dying and shit or going to die. None of that shit went through my mind, really. Or the dude that got shot. It wasn't that I'm trying to be something or whatever. I just happened to be the dude that was fucking there that knew how to do it. While there's 30 other people fucking videotaping. Christy freaking out. Nothing worse than a woman freaking out on you when you need her to do something. You just gotta tell them, like, shut up, bitch, do what I say. Ain't nothing changed because shit's getting scary. All right, I gotta go. You guys have a wonderful day. Quit calling everybody a patriot and a hero. NG, you're correct, man. People are comfortable. People are comfortable. And you can plan all you want. Come up with the best plan that you want. I mean, in your case, it's not demonstrating flexibility. You're flexible. You're willing to bend. You're willing to break. You're willing to take it and ask from government so much. Some people are not. And it's to each their own. Because here's the thing. Using your logic, hand your shit over now. Because you're going to be flexible until the fucking end. As long as it means taking another breath, you're going to be flexible until the end. All that mag shit, and you're putting way too much faith in motherfuckers that ain't going to do nothing. If you're going to let another man or government or men come into your castle and fucking rule over you, you will do anything they say until the end of time. So hand the shit over to begin with. Quit lying to your fucking self. You're here, whatever. Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, not everybody wants to gunfight. Most people just want to be left alone. They just want to be left alone. But you can't be left alone when, you know, it's a majority. It's a rule by force thing. The majority rules, and as long as the majority are stupid, and I'm not convinced I'm right. I'm convinced it's just it is what it is. I look at the facts and base my opinion off of those facts. And if there's no facts, then I don't have an opinion about it. "100%, NG, I agree with that. The planning needs to be flexible, not the individual's rule. Everybody's got a plan until they're punched in the mouth." Famous words of Mike Tyson. I doubt it was even 10%. They say 10%, but I bet it was a much smaller portion than that. It might have been greater though, because I think when they say that 3% fought, what's included in that? Are the women included in that? Although they wasn't pulling triggers, they was fucking feeding sandwiches, putting out sandwiches and shit. Was the kids included in that? They wasn't pulling triggers, probably. Some of them were, but they was running ammo and messages or doing whatever, taking care of the farm. I mean, to me, you're part of the fight if you're doing that shit. Well, a lot of people don't have spines, man, and they're just going to justify it and see it their way. They're going to, you know, be flexible, whatever. And and it's my opinion about this is, if you will let other men come into your fucking home and tell you what to do, you will do anything that they tell you to do once they take you outside of that home. Because at that point, what do you have left to fucking fight for? If you've already given it all up to them, here you go. What do you have left to fight for? Nothing. It's the same mentality that they use. I'm not going to fight, just like in Uvalde. Oh, we're not going to go in there because, you know why they really didn't go in there? In that room? Because they couldn't sway the situation enough in their favor where they believed they could come out unscathed. That's why. The guy put them in a position where they didn't believe they could come out unscathed. But once they believed that in their own minds, they went in and they killed him. An hour, 15 minutes later, or whatever it was. But I gotta roll. I got shit to do. Yeah, boy, I mean, dude, the boys at age 12 then are fucking 10 times the men that men will ever be now. Yeah, everything's a weapon of war. I've said that shit for years. A fucking ink pen's a weapon of war. You know, I guess it's just your perspective on it, how you look at it. Good morning, Mr. Paul Revere. How you doing, buddy? Go buy a hat from Nunya, Texas on the back 20. These hats are actually pretty nice. It's my new favorite hat. It's my new favorite. I was using it as a work hat, but I started fucking it up immediately, so that shit changed real quick. I hate buying hats. I can go through a hat a week. That's good, man. Oh, we're definitely at war right now. They fucking declared war against us, and we're just some little bitches doing nothing. Sitting here praising. Yay! They're fighting for our freedom in Afghanistan. Well, they was. I don't know if they're still over there. I think they pulled out over there. But, you know, just like that shit. Like, people are so incapable of thinking. And then when you start talking to them, we're like, hey, you know, if China wants to spread some communism, because that's what they think we need, is some communism, and they invaded us with other militaries from around the world, I guess you would just fall in line? No, you'd pick up a fucking rifle and fight if you had any kind of balls. You know, what it really boils down to is life means too much to too many people. We have been convinced that we are special. We have been convinced that, we do whatever we can. As I've said before, we live in a nation of Christians that will do whatever the fuck that they can to not meet their maker. And if you don't truly believe in your God, how will you ever fight for yourself? They do love false freedom, man. They do. They genuinely do. I don't know. It's a topic, man, that is long and twisted, and it has many ins and outs, and there's no good solution. See, here's the real problem. Everybody's solution, they want a solution where everybody comes out fucking happy, unscathed, with a big smile on their face. And that's just not how it works. Some of us can accept that. I'm cool with that. I've never once claimed if anything went down that I would ever survive. When I say, like, I wish the power would go out, I've never said that I would be living fucking 5 years from now, or that even my kids would be. But people think that. They think because I'm saying that I think that I would be one of the people who lived through that. And I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that if it means me dying and my family dying, so that all this shit that's happening, so that just people in general can be free, it's a small fucking price to pay. It's a small price to pay. The problem is that nobody's willing to pay that price. And we're not willing to pay that price because we've been convinced of all this shit that just isn't true. And I know comparing it to calling some dude in a fucking mall a hero doesn't seem like, they coincide, or what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever the fucking word is, you know what I mean. But they do. It's the same fall in line mentality. It's that feel good mentality. Yeah, you're right, Liberty. 100% right, man. There's no political solution to what's going on in this country today. Period. Not voting. The voting is what got us into this. All these fucking assholes having the ability to vote is what got us into this. This isn't a short-term plan. These fuckers play the long game. Long game, like generational. Multi-generational. Like, we are seeing shit come to fruition today that was planned in the mid-1800s. People, they won't accept that or recognize that because they haven't been told that shit. It's like nobody knows anything they haven't been told. We were talking yesterday about how there's a thread in one of my videos where people were talking about how there is motherfuckers today, YouTube makers, videos, larger channels, all of which I'm banned from because I've said the same shit that they're saying today, who are now saying shit that I was saying 3 fucking years ago. Liberty Williams, sorry. Was thinking about you, my bad. Reno May just made a video yesterday. Well, let's call it something else. Law-abiding citizen, I've been saying that shit for years. And when I said it, you motherfuckers acted like I was some terrorist or some shit. And then I get banned. Say something they don't like, they ban you. And it's not because it's their home or their castle or their channel, go make your own channel, none of that shit. It's because they don't have a foundation for their argument. They cannot argue past their what they say right then. Convince me the dude in fucking the mall was a hero. Go ahead. Try. You're not going to do it. Howdy, Character Matters. I liked it, man. I laughed. It made me laugh at least. I need to start listening to music again. I've shied away from listening to music, but there's just no good bands anymore, man. Like, you can't, think of the music that came out in the early 2000s or late 90s, early 2000s. Like, the music ain't made like that today. They're not talking about the same shit today. It does, but like I said, it doesn't matter. because nobody will ever do anything. The fantasies of going to the woods or bugging out and all that shit. It's a running tactic. You don't win wars by running, and your government has fucking declared war against you, against all of us. That's what I said, Thomas. I said exactly the same thing. Yeah, I like Five Finger Death Punch. We were supposed to go see him last year in Louisville, year before last in Louisville, but they was doing all that mass bullshit. I'm like, yeah, I ain't doing that shit. Tickets for like $500 or something for the weekend. 2 days for $500 or something. Even Korn. Could you imagine Korn coming out with some of their songs like off of Blind? What was the last song on their debut album? Not Blind, but the album that had Blind on it. That last song, I forget what the fuck it was called. That song would never come out today, and it's a fucking song. I mean, Richard Pryor. Could you imagine Richard Pryor being on the stage today? Comedians can't even be funny anymore because they offend people. Oh my God, you offend me. You don't have the right to offend me. Yeah, I have the right to say whatever the fuck I want to you. It's up to you whether or not you listen. Korn's good, man. We've probably seen Korn a dozen times, at least. I've seen him twice. Like right against the barrier, like right in front of the stage, which isn't the best way to watch the show, but plus it's more painful than anything. Trader wants to go to a concert. I'm going to take him to one soon. I think he's definitely old enough to go. Just which one are we going to go to? Like, you have all these mask mandates, vax mandates, all this other bullshit. And like, I'm not doing it. I'm not playing the fucking game. I'm done playing the game. And if everybody would just be done playing the game, then we wouldn't have to play the game. Now the excuse is, well, everybody's not going to be done playing the game, therefore we must play the game. No, you still have to play the game. But I got to roll, y'all. I've been saying that for 20 minutes. I'm really dreading this. Yeah, I mean, look, listen, it's not even about whether or not you comply, because not complying does nothing. It does nothing. It's like protesting. What does protesting do? It does nothing. They sit in their fucking office building, they look out at you, they can give a fuck less about what you say. They care about the dude that's lying in their pockets and their bank accounts. The only thing that's ever kept government in check is downright force. That's it. I mean, government could just leave us the fuck alone. They can just leave us alone, but they won't do that shit. Why won't they do that shit? Because they have a bunch of piece of shits who need the piece of shits who get paid to apply that force to you. You said something. I was going to say something to it and I forgot. Yeah, complying. But like, yeah, not complying, just it's not, okay, don't comply. Then what? Go to jail? Get out and not comply some more? Just live your life, man. Fuck not complying or not breaking the law or following the law, whatever. Just live your life, dude. Live your life and just live it. You know, if you would put a bullet in somebody, as I said before, you know, the topic was, when's it okay to shoot a cop? A lot of people would say never. It's okay to shoot a cop, but it would be okay to shoot somebody else. A badge and a gun doesn't change what they do or how immoral or moral it is. And now they've made it to where, you know, they can kill you and they call it legal. They sweep it under the rug and you're dead and gone. Your family bitches and cries. They might call the news. There might be a news story about it. If you're lucky, thousands of people around the country will riot and tear shit down, but then they'll stop for whatever reason. Like, but until we come together as people and decide that, listen, we are done with this. I'm not going to let immoral shit happen to you, and you're not going to let it happen to me. That's the only way this changes. That's it. Other than that, we're all going to die alone on our doorsteps, or we're going to cave. That's going to be the two options. You're going to love it in the ass, or you're going to die on your doorstep. One of the two. And I know it's not a, oh, what's the words? I forget. I'm sure there has been in our lives. Yeah. There was a thing by, was it James Freeman? He's got a video where he called a sheriff's department. He's on video. The sheriffs are trying to get into a house to look for somebody. The people at the homes are saying that the guy isn't there. The guy don't even live there. And he goes to the homeowner, goes to shut the door, and the cop puts his foot in front of the door and won't let him shut the door. Well, then the cop winds up coming into the house a little bit at least. Scuffle happens. James Freeman calls the sheriff's department and he's asked, going down the road of questions, right? He gets to, well, if a cop enters my home without a warrant after being told to leave, can I shoot them? Like, he flat out fucking asked him, and the sheriff says, yeah, at that point you can shoot the cop. But people don't think like that, man, because we've been trained since we were little kids. Cops are your friends. Cops are the authorities. Like, who gave them permission over me? The social contract? There's no fucking such thing as a social contract. Is a fucking excuse. That's what it is. It's an excuse. I'm not in a contract with nobody. In order to be in a contract, you have to know the contract. You have to be a willing participant of the contract. There's no contract. If we're in a contract, then show up at my house when they come and shoot. Yeah, DARE. Drugs are really expensive. That's what DARE should stand for. All right, guys, I gotta roll for real. I gotta get this car fixed. Oh fuck! Get too old to be rolling around the ground working on cars. And no, I'm not gonna buy a new car. I could buy a new car that I didn't have to work on that has a warranty, but then you know what? I'd have a bank note that I don't want. So until I save up the money, I'm not buying a new car. I'm not buying anything else on credit. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about just saying, fuck my credit. Yeah, you know why I was on the school? Because public schools are ran by the government. Who is your enemy? Who's the only natural enemy of man? Government. So, you know, Hitler wasn't wrong about everything. You remember the famous quote from Hitler about letting your enemies teach your kids? That applies today, man. If government is oppressive, if government is your enemy, why would you send your kids to be taught by the enemy? Because they teach them to like the cops, to support the cops. The cops are your friends. The cops are at the core of every issue in this country. I've had the challenge going for years. Name one problem, just one, you have with government. There's 27 people in here. Surely one of you can come up with a problem that you have with government that doesn't involve some dickhead wearing a badge. Oh, wait. CPS, well, they got a badge, but they're backed up by a dickhead wearing a badge. Government rules through force and violence. That's it. That's why our government's supposed to be this big and the population's supposed to be this big, which it actually is. But now they have monopoly on force and violence by the way they've done things. Training. You know, you should be training with your community. You got neighbors and shit. Fucking you motherfuckers should be out in the woods training. You got to pay for it. Do whatever you got to do. Not that they'll show up when the time's right, because they probably won't. Most people won't. I mean, I guess it boils down to, maybe you're right, Guns. Maybe it's just a difference in opinion. To me, my home is worth dying for. My family is worth dying for. Because once you give that up, you have no say. And I know once you're dead, you have no say. But at least I stood for what's right. And that's what it's more about than fucking anything. It's about what's right and what's wrong. And we all don't say, well, what you think is right doesn't mean I think is right. That's bullshit. We all know what's right and wrong naturally. No, I listen. I listen, but maybe you just don't speak clearly. How about that? Now, you know, I've heard you say multiple times about dying on your doorstep. Like, that's a stupid thing. How are you any good for your mag or any of this at that point? At that point, they're not there. They're not there. So there's a very high likelihood if that was to ever happen to you, where the fuck you're going, if you just don't die on your doorstep, where you're going, they're not going to be able to help you out. So your presumption with your logic is I will give them what they want now, and then I'll go over here and we'll fight another day. Not if they take you with them. You're not fighting another day. Maybe, like I said, maybe it's just, you know, everybody's not cut the same way, man. And I get it. I get it 100%. You know, but what's the end goal? Is the end goal to breathe tomorrow? Or is the end goal to make everybody free tomorrow? Or at least those who want to be free anyway. What's the end game? Is the end game to breathe tomorrow? Is the end game for your kids to be free tomorrow and not have to deal with the shit that you've dealt with? And some people are willing to deal with more than other people. I get that shit too. I get it, 100%. I get it. But because you're willing to deal with it, does that mean I should be willing to deal with it? No, it doesn't. I mean, and look at the community that there is. Look at so mags. Let's look back at the John Crump shit when some motherfucker was trying to send this dude videos that allegedly had somebody on there training. That dude is a YouTuber. I can't remember his fucking name now. I wish I could. I wish I could remember his channel. But he's all on the mag shit and all that bullshit. Yet this mother and calls himself a patriot and all that other crazy shit. My pro Second Amendment rights. Yet was trying to chuck somebody under the fucking bus. They thought anyway, because people are stupid. They, it's just like it's like everything else. They hear it, so it becomes truth because they hear it or hear it more than once. Here's the problem, though. You don't use your own. You need to listen to yourself. You're not always the teacher, man. You're not always the teacher. You assume you are. Arrogance. And like, here's the thing. Let's just say that we don't disagree. Let's just say that we don't. For the sake of the argument, we don't disagree. Then fucking say it. Say what you mean. Don't dance around it. Say what the fuck you mean. It's because he thinks he is always right. And it falls back into what you've been trained to do. He's a scientist of some type. So he has his 4 or 5 steps that he uses to come to every conclusion. He applies that to his life. It's not always fact. It doesn't always work the same way in life as it does in a lab. Because in a lab, you have far less variables. You can control the environment. You can't do that in life. But anyway, I gotta roll. We can have this conversation if you want. Let's do a live stream. Let's have the conversation, man. You need to have your buddy Zombie Fairy. I've been calling that dude, trying to get that dude to do a live stream forever just to answer 2 or 3 questions, and he won't do it. And it's because there's nobody I won't talk to because there's a foundation for any argument I have. And a lot of it has to do with my experiences in life. And yeah, they've been fucked up and they've been shitty, and I've done it to myself. I did that shit to myself, and I know that. But until you've seen that side of it, you don't know. You don't know what happens when they kick in your door. You don't know what happens after the fact. You know what you've been told happens after the fact. I know what happens after the fact. You know how I know? Because my fucking doors have been kicked in before. But apply that to your logic of not dying on the doorstep. How are you any good for your mag? How are you any good for your community? How are you any good for this, your family, that? How are you any good for that when they take you with them? And they now call you a domestic terrorist. They now don't give you an arraignment. They now don't give you a bond. They now keep you without a trial. How are you any good for those people then? And that's the variable you don't consider when we're using your logic with that. I'm smart enough to know that if they're at my fucking house, they plan on taking me with them, or they wouldn't be in my fucking house. In the way I live my life today, I'm not saying I've always been this way. I was never really that big of a piece of shit. Like, I never stole from grandma. Like, I was joking last night with my mom right here in the car on a live stream about she was my first victim. I went to prison over some bitch stealing my mom's checks because I was a dumb kid who trusted the cops, and they put me in prison over it. When they knew I had nothing to do with it, but it didn't matter. They do their job. And they're going to do their job. Just like Zombie Fairy does his fucking job every day. And he's said it himself. I can't help what the laws are. Even though he doesn't have to enforce those laws, he has no duty to enforce those laws. Even though he has officer discretion. How many people you think that motherfucker's pulled over with a gun? How many doors you think he's kicked in where people have had guns? And he's either taken them to jail or did something with them. Every last fucking one. That's how many. You know why? Because in his mind, he believes he's some kind of savior. He said the stupidest fucking thing the other day. Maybe you want to call him and talk to him about this. And remind him. In that day, the government was the king. It wasn't just the king who was in government. It really, minus prime ministers, it was pretty much the same, pretty similar to what it is today, fucking in Britain. The enforcement, the law enforcement, was the redcoats. So his logic is, I would be fighting the redcoats then because they were oppressive. The cops are far more oppressive than the redcoats now, and they're the very same. They're identical. So why is he not fighting the cops now when he has the best position on those cops by being one of them? You can't get justice from an injustice system, man. There's no justice in the justice system. I've seen it 1,000 times myself. My buddy, I went to fucking prison for a year over child support because I stood there and said, I'm not giving that bitch any fucking money until I see my kids. Or see my kid, Nick. And I didn't. And I rode that shit out 14 years. 14 years. Now, every now and then I would pay some money to stay out of jail or some shit, but like for the most part, I just didn't pay it. And it wasn't because I wasn't going to take care of my kid. It was because I'm not giving that fucking cunt money. If I'm not good enough to be dad, I'm not giving you a fucking dollar. I'm dad. I'll be dad. I'm a great fucking dad. But I'm not paying you to be a fucking cunt because you're jealous because I left your dumb ass. My buddy Perry's daughter got molested by her fucking uncle. So, okay, hold on. Perry's was married to Shannon's brother-in-law. So Shannon's sister's husband was fucking around with my boy's daughter. Not only her, but 5 other fucking juveniles. Dude's older than I am. 3 years. 2.5 years. They gave him 2.5 fucking years, I think is what it was. If that don't tell you something about this system, I don't know what will. There's no justice in it. And really, if you have a victim, you are better off than if the victim is the state. And the victim's always the state now. It's never so-and-so against Freedom Inc. or so-and-so against, versus Liberty Williams. It's the state of versus Freedom Inc. The state of versus Liberty Williams. Because your crime is no longer against the people. It's against the state who thinks they own the fucking people. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, the accusations are enough. So they're going to give these states $750 million to enact red flag laws. Like I called it last week. I was like, that's my end calling right there. Because if you don't think for 1 second, and you're the 5. What does he say? You're the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. Call these motherfuckers out for what they are. And that's, you know what, dude? I don't disagree with you. Should do that, Gordon. 1,000% do that. But here's the problem. You can't refuse to be a victim, because in the end, you're going to be a victim, because government is going to fucking kill you in the end. If you truly take that as far as you should, government will fucking murder you in the end for doing so. We now live under a government where fucking these pricks run around with badges thinking they own shit. Thinking they could tell us what to do in our own places. Go to your local courthouse and try to go in without going through a metal detector, or signing in, or showing credentials, and watch what happens. We live in it's a total fucking clown world. I hate that. I hate that fucking term. But that's what it is, man. There's a bunch of clowns. You know, it's like it's almost like, you know, we're in a at a dog kennel, and you got the 2 or 3 purebreds over here, and everybody else is just fucking mutts, retarded mutts. You know what I mean? Like my dogs are, just fucking retarded mutts, just waiting for their scraps. Yeah, and you are guilty until proven innocent, man. I mean, like, look at Justin, dude. Everybody's still talking about this case with Matt like it's some shit. Like, oh, this motion's going to. This is how stupid they are. This motion is going to lead to the NFA being repealed. No, it's not, man. All that fucking is a tactic to set up an appeal. That's it. But if you had never been through the system, you wouldn't know that. It would look like they are trying to do something with the NFA based off the motion. Not true at all. It's a tactic for an appeal. That's it. Because they know that and all lawyers do this. It doesn't even necessarily mean they know he's going to get found guilty. My lawyer used to do it all the time. File motions to set up for an appeal. And that's all they did. That's what that motion was that Matt's lawyers filed. Hoorah on them for filing it. They did one thing good at least. I don't know if Justin's lawyer is going to file a similar motion. She should, probably not, because she's got a public defender, even though there were $60,000 raised that mysteriously fucking disappeared. Not saying that's all Justin would have needed, but he sure as fuck should. So, you know, all these people that Matt got together, this dream team for Justin, Matt now has. Just saying. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, that's all. I mean, that's all it takes is an accusation anymore. I could call the cops right now, and tell them the neighbors brandished a firearm at me, point a gun at me because I'm out here in my car, and they would take that motherfucker to jail, even if they didn't find a gun. And you know what? Oh, you don't believe me? My wife's seen it, and you know what would happen to she and I in the end? Nothing. We've seen this for years with domestic violences. We've seen it for years with, you know, assault cases, theft cases. You know, I mean, thinking back, like I've had it happen to me. But nobody cares, you know? Nobody cares until it happens to them, just like the cops. Back to blue until it happens to you. That's a truer statement, the truest statement there's ever been. Because most people do. It wasn't that I hate the police because of what I've been through. I hate the police because they oppress you. Legally Armed America's a bitch, dude. I've had it with him. We were trying to set up a fight between me and him. I think it was Stephen Crumley was going to pay him $10,000. We were going to do a what was it? He was going to pay him a bunch of money. I think it was Stephen Crumley. Somebody was going to pay him a bunch of money, Legally Armed America, and we were going to do a charity fight after we sat down and talked. And he wouldn't do it. He's one of those people, man, that, you know, like, think about his channel name, Legally Armed. How can you not be legally armed, motherfucker? You're born free. But we believe that the law trumps everything now. It trumps common sense or anything. Yeah, he's a bitch for real. They all are, man. I'm blocked from all those channels. Legal Armed America, Reed Hendricks, Reno May, CRS Firearms, Armed Scholar. I'm blocked from all those channels for shit that I've said. And it's never that I'm mean. I don't just go into it being a dick right away. Because I do try to change people's minds sometimes. Like, I do have a weird way of saying shit where I know I sound like a dickhead. I get it. It's just me, though. I'm not trying to be a dickhead. But, like, all them large channels, I'm blocked from. I don't know if I'm blocked from Gays and Gizmos. Probably, though. I mean, like, look at the change that could happen. So, like, Cuttaboy 32, I had his, like, I would call and talk to dude on the phone sometimes. Now, he's not a super huge channel, but he goes to these machine gun shoots with people like Brandon Herrera, who's super huge. Gays and Gizmos, who's got a pretty big channel. All these large channels. Yet we can't sit down and make people understand the problems we have in this country. It's too easy to sit and complain about the left or the right or the Democrats or the Republicans or Nancy Pelosi or Donald Trump. You know, that's all they want to do. Because recognizing the truth would give you two options. Love being a slave And they don't want to have to do either of those two things. They don't want to have to admit that they're slaves. They don't want to have to act. Even when you break it down for them. Cuddle Boy 32 told me, we had a conversation one time, and this is just my words, it's not exactly his words. So he said something to this effect. His plan, when they come to his house, if ever this happens, to confiscate his guns, is he's going to send his kids and wife out, and he's going to stay in and fight. Who are you going to be fighting, bud? Who are you going to be fighting? That should be your fucking answer right there to the problem in this country. You don't have no problems with Nancy Pelosi. She ain't kicking in doors. She ain't a threat to you. You know who is? Your local cops, the county cops, the state boys, the feds. All of them wearing badges, believing they have some kind of authority over you because they say so. And you don't have to harm anybody. You don't have to steal anybody's shit or hurt anybody's shit. I mean, look at that. Look at the ATF. All the shit that they do. It isn't about machine guns. It's about attacks. Now, with the Bruin ruling, that could lead to the NFA going away. It's not going to, though, because what they will do is they'll put it back on the states, and the states will find a way to go around it or manipulate it. It's like background checks. Well, I'm pro Second Amendment rights, but we gotta have background checks so the crazy people don't get them. Hey, dude, what happens when the people making the decisions decide you're the crazy one? But people can't think that far into it, man. They don't realize that they support the shit they claim to be against, and they are the problem. Those people are more of a problem than the people who stand up and say, yes, I want to destroy this country and end all freedom. Although, even though freedom's gone, it's an illusion now, but regardless of that. And the reason for that is because these people believe, they truly believe that they are fighting for what you believe in. You're causing all this division. No, I'm not. Those people aren't with me. They're not. I want everybody to be free. They want their preferred form of tyranny. Yeah, well, I don't know. So Jonathan Picone used to be good friends with Reed. He got a cease and desist letter from even talking about Reed Hendricks. And Picone says, we know that he was a Katrina. And Picone says that he either, if he didn't directly confiscate firearms, he knew it was happening and was there when it was happening and did nothing to stop it. But he's just doing his job. Listen, guys, I got to go. You guys stay safe. Have a great day. And just live your lives, man. At this point, that's all you can do is just live your life. Don't worry about what you're doing. Who cares? Just live your fucking life how you want to live it. It's too short. You get one shot at it. One. And I don't want to be 70 years old looking back thinking, man, I wish I would have just lived rather than just been over and took in the ass from all these fucking pieces of shit. It doesn't come with permission. You're right, MG. MG said freedom doesn't come with permission. You're 100% right. A lot of people believe it does. They post videos with their suppressors, their tax suppressors, talking about let freedom ring. There's nothing free about that, man. And these are people who believe that they're patriots. Like I said, what was his name? Grayno told me I was a Marxist. Well, why am I a Marxist? Because the Marxists told us the first thing they do is would abolish the police. Okay, let's just say that they told us that. Who's going to force Marxism on you if there's no law enforcement? Just saying. People lack the ability to think in any capacity. And I'm not bright. Never claimed to be. I'm not very smart. Never claimed to be. But if I can do one thing, I can think. Yeah, there were seizures during Katrina, but the question was, did Reed Hendricks, he was a cop down there in Katrina, did he personally seize firearms? And like I said, I don't remember exactly what Picone said. For some reason, I want to say yes. But if he didn't seize them, he was standing there when they were being seized and did nothing. Yeah, you gotta have a permit to have the basic necessities of life. To build a home, in most places you gotta have a permit. Water, you gotta have a permit. whatever. You gotta have a permit. You gotta have a permit to do this. You gotta have a permit to do that. You gotta have a dog license. You gotta have a fucking tag on your car. You gotta have a driver's license. Although you're forced to pay for all these things, then you're forced to pay more to use those things. Then you're forced to pay more if you don't use them how they want you to use them. Then you're forced to pay more. You know what I mean? Like it's a money scheme, man. We've all been fucked. Yeah, I'm about to go take a shit right now. Y'all have a good day. Peace.